Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Sentence BD. This is episode 3, and I'm so excited to be here with you today. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. You're in for an interesting conversation about a topic that affects all of us.
Hi, everyone. Today, we're talking about something that's become an integral part of modern life: social media. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Snapchat. These platforms have completely changed how we communicate, share information, and see the world.
Absolutely. And I have to say, this might be one of our most relevant and controversial episodes yet. Social media is such a polarizing topic. Some people think it's the greatest invention of the 21st century. Others think it's destroying society. And most of us are somewhere in the middle, having a complicated love-hate relationship with it.
That's so accurate. Before we dive deep into this topic, let me ask you a personal question, and I want all our listeners to think about this too. How much time do you spend on social media every single day? Be completely honest with yourself.
Okay, I'm going to be brutally honest here. On an average day, I probably spend around 2 to 3 hours total across all platforms. I check Instagram first thing in the morning. Bad habit, I know. I scroll through Facebook during lunch breaks, I watch YouTube videos in the evening, and before bed, I'm usually on TikTok or Instagram again. It really adds up.
I appreciate your honesty, and you're actually right around the global average. Studies show that the average person spends approximately 2 hours and 31 minutes on social media per day. That's 17.5 hours per week. Think about it. That's more time than many people spend with their families, exercising, reading, or pursuing hobbies.
Wow, when you break it down like that, it sounds absolutely crazy. That's 76 hours per month, which equals over 900 hours per year. That's 37.5 full days, more than a month of our lives spent scrolling through social media annually.
And here's what's even more shocking. That's just the average. Some people, especially teenagers and young adults, spend 5, 6, or even 7 hours per day on social media. That's almost a full-time job. Imagine what else they could be doing with that time.
It's staggering. But before we sound too negative and judgmental, let's be fair and balanced in our discussion. Social media isn't purely evil. There are genuine, legitimate benefits. So let's start with the positive side. What do you think are the main advantages of social media?
Great approach. Let's give credit where credit is due. I think the #1 benefit of social media is connection and communication. These platforms allow us to stay connected with friends and family members who live far away, maybe in different cities, different countries, even different continents.
That's huge. I have relatives in the United States, friends in Malaysia, and classmates who've moved to Canada. Without Facebook and Instagram, I would have completely lost touch with these people. But now I can see their life updates, their photos, and their achievements. I can wish them a happy birthday, congratulate them on promotions, support them during difficult times. That sense of connection across distance is genuinely valuable.
Absolutely. And this became especially clear during the COVID-19 pandemic, when we were all locked down, isolated, unable to meet people in person. Social media became a lifeline. It helped people feel less alone, stay connected with loved ones, maintain some sense of community and normalcy.
Great point. Another major benefit is access to information and education. Social media has democratized knowledge in an unprecedented way. YouTube alone is like a free university where you can learn literally anything: languages, cooking, programming, mathematics, art, music, business skills, you name it.
Yes, I've learned so much from YouTube tutorials and educational Instagram accounts. I've improved my cooking skills, learned basic graphic design, understood complex topics through well-explained videos. This free access to high-quality educational content would have been unimaginable 30 years ago.
Social media also provides incredible opportunities for small businesses and entrepreneurs. A small business owner in a village in Bangladesh can now reach customers all over the country or even internationally through Facebook and Instagram. They don't need a physical store. They don't need huge advertising budgets, just a smartphone and good products.
That economic empowerment aspect is really powerful. Social media has leveled the playing field in many ways. You don't need connections. You don't need family wealth. If you have talent, creativity, and consistency, you can build an audience and create opportunities for yourself.
Another positive is that social media gives a voice to people who might not otherwise be heard. Activists can raise awareness about important social issues. Marginalized communities can share their stories and experiences. Regular people can expose corruption, document injustices, and organize movements for change.
Yes, we've seen real-world impact from social media activism. Movements like Me Too, Black Lives Matter, and various environmental campaigns, they gained momentum partly through social media. Information and organization that used to take months can now happen in days or hours.
And let's not forget the simple fact that social media can be fun and entertaining. There's nothing inherently wrong with enjoying funny memes, watching entertaining videos, following your favorite celebrities or content creators. Entertainment has value. Laughter and joy are important parts of life.
Absolutely. Not everything has to be productive or educational. Sometimes you just want to relax and be entertained. And there's nothing wrong with that in moderation. Social media provides endless entertainment options customized to your interests.
Social media also helps people find communities of like-minded individuals. If you have a niche hobby or interest, maybe you're into bird watching or vintage cameras or a specific genre of music, you can find others who share that interest online. You're never alone anymore.
That's especially valuable for people who feel isolated or different in their immediate physical environment. A teenager struggling with identity issues, someone with a rare medical condition, a person passionate about an uncommon hobby, they can find support, understanding, and friendship online.
All right, so those are significant, legitimate benefits. Social media does provide real value in many ways. But now we need to talk about the other side of the coin, the dark side, the problems, the harmful effects. And unfortunately, this list is quite long.
Yes, let's dive into this honestly. The first major problem, and this is probably the biggest one, is addiction. Social media platforms are deliberately, intentionally designed to be addictive. This isn't an accident or a side effect, it's the business model.
Can you explain what you mean by that?
Sure, these companies make money from advertising. The more time you spend on their platforms, the more ads you see, the more money they make. So they hire psychologists, neuroscientists, and behavioral experts to design features that keep you scrolling, keep you engaged, keep you coming back for more.
Oh, wow, that's manipulative. And the likes and comments system triggers dopamine release in our brains, right? It's the same chemical involved in addiction to drugs and gambling.
Exactly. Every time you get a like, a comment, or a share, your brain releases a little bit of dopamine, the feel-good chemical. You get a tiny rush of pleasure and validation, and then you want more. So you post again, you check again, you crave that little dopamine hit.
This explains why people check their phones literally hundreds of times per day. I've definitely felt this, the compulsive urge to check Instagram even when I checked it 5 minutes ago. I know there won't be anything new, but I check anyway. It's compulsive behavior.
And this addiction has real consequences. People can't sit through a meal without checking their phones. They check social media first thing in the morning and last thing before sleep. They feel anxious when they don't have their phones. They choose scrolling over spending time with real people, over pursuing their goals, over sleeping adequately.
The second major problem is the devastating impact on mental health, especially for young people. Multiple large-scale studies have linked heavy social media use to increased rates of anxiety, depression, loneliness, and low self-esteem.
This is particularly concerning for teenagers. Their brains are still developing, they're forming their identities, and they're especially vulnerable to peer pressure and social comparison.
Let's talk about why social media harms mental health. A huge factor is what's called the comparison trap. On social media, everyone presents a carefully curated version of their life. They post their best photos, their happiest moments, their biggest achievements, their most exciting experiences.
Yes, nobody posts about their failures, their struggles, their boring, ordinary days, their insecurities. So when you're scrolling through Instagram, you see everyone traveling to exotic locations, eating at fancy restaurants, looking beautiful, having fun with friends, and achieving success.
And then you look at your own ordinary, messy, imperfect life and feel inadequate. You think, why isn't my life that exciting? Why don't I look that good? Why am I not achieving as much? You forget that you're comparing your behind-the-scenes reality to everyone else's carefully edited highlight reel.
This constant comparison breeds feelings of inadequacy, jealousy, FOMO, fear of missing out, and general dissatisfaction with life. You start feeling like your life isn't good enough, like you're falling behind, like everyone else is happier and more successful than you.
And the thing is, those feelings are based on a lie. The life you see on social media isn't real. That person who seems to have a perfect life, they took 50 photos to get that one good shot. They used 3 different editing apps. They're only showing you